Welcome all to Basic Maths Class 19. In this class, we'll discuss how to integrate different type of functions. So in the first part, we'll discuss how to integrate algebraic functions, which is in the form of x raised to n. As we know that integration is a reverse process of differentiation. That means, assume that we are having a term something like x raised to 3. And if we are differentiating it, then we know that we'll get the answer is equal to nothing but 3x square dx. That means if I am integrating this term, which is 3x square dx, the answer should be equal to nothing but x cube. Or you can write integration of x square dx should be equal to x cube divided by 3. I'm just writing 3 on the other side. Here you can clearly observe what changes are happening. If it is x raised to n, it was x raised to 2, so it becomes x raised to 3 over here. That means we are increasing its power by 1. So if it is in the form of x raised to n, so over here we should write n plus 1 and divided by 3, divided by n plus 1. So we can write it in the form of a formula, that is integration of x raised to n dx is equal to x raised to, over here you should write n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. And if it is an indefinite integration, we'll write a constant of integration c. Just remember this basic formula for integration of algebraic functions. If it is x raised to n dx, its integration will be equal to x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus constant c. And over here you should remember that this formula is valid for any values of n other than n is equal to minus 1. So over here the value of n should not be equal to minus 1. If n is minus 1 over here, we will get as minus 1 plus 1, it is 0. So we'll get in the form of x raised to 0 by 0. So this is not valid when the value of n is minus 1. So if it is minus 1, what will be the value of its integration, that we'll discuss. But just remember that it is not valid when the value of n is equal to minus 1. Now we'll take some example for it. Let's say if it is given that integration of x dx, and our aim is to find out what about the value of this. So over here you can assume that it is in the form of x raised to 1 dx. So according to our formula, it should be equal to x raised to n. Over here the value of n is 1, n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So we can write 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus constant of integration c. So we'll get the answer as nothing but x square divided by 2 plus c. Or we can say that just increase that power and divide by the same number. We can take another example. If it is given that integration of x square dx, so we can write over here the value of n is 2. So x raised to 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 plus constant of integration c. Or you can write the final answer is equal to x cube divided by 3 plus c. So I think you got the basic idea of this integration. So if it is in the form of x raised to 4 dx, we can write this will be equal to nothing but x raised to 5 divided by 5 plus constant of integration c. Now let's say if it is given that integration of 1 by x square dx is equal to, so over here just remember that we cannot keep it as in denominator and we can use that direct equation. First you have to take it in numerator. So first you have to write x raised to minus 2 dx. Now it is in the form of x raised to n dx. Here the value of n is nothing but minus 2. So we can write this will be equal to x raised to n, which is minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1 plus constant of integration c. So we can write this is equal to x raised to minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus constant of integration c. Or you can modify it as x raised to minus 1 can be written as 1 divided by x plus c. Now if it is in the form of integration of root x dx, so we can write root x is nothing but x raised to 1 by 2 dx and integration of this. So this will be equal to, over here the value of n is 1 by 2, so we can write it is 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by x 1 by 2 plus 1. So we can write plus constant of integration c. So this will be equal to x raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 plus constant of integration c. or we can modify it 2 divided by 3 into x raised to 3 by 2 plus constant of integration c. Now take another example. If it is 1 divided by root x dx, we can write it is integration of 1 divided by x raised to 1 by 2 into dx, or we can take this into numerator, so it becomes x raised to minus 1 by 2 into dx. Now we can integrate it. Over here the value of n is minus 1 by 2, so this will be equal to x raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus constant of integration c. So we can write this will be equal to x raised to 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 plus constant of integration c. Or you can write this will be equal to 2 into root of x plus constant of integration c. Now if it is given that integration of dx, so we can just consider that it is something like integration of x raised to 0, because anything raised to 0 is nothing but 1 into dx. Again we can apply our formula, that is x raised to 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1 plus constant of integration c. Or you can write answer will be equal to x plus c. Or we know that if you are differentiating x, then you will get the answer as something but dx. That means if you are integrating this dx, then the answer should be equal to x. Take another example. If it is given that integration of 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube plus 5 dx, so we can write over here, if it is a constant term, we will write as it is, and integration of x raised to 1 is nothing but x raised to 2 divided by 2 plus 3 into x square, which is integration of x square is x cube divided by 3 plus 4 into x raised to 4 divided by 4 plus 5 is a constant, and integration of dx, it is basically integration of 5 dx. So integration of dx is nothing but x plus constant of integration c. So if you want, we can cancel this 2 and this 2. So this can be written as x square plus x cube plus x raised to 4 plus 5x plus c will be the answer. Now if it is given integration of 1 by x dx, so if you are writing it is like integration of x raised to minus 1 dx. So we discussed that we cannot apply that equation x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 if the value of that n is minus 1. So over here the value of n is minus 1, so we cannot directly use that relation over here. Then we should observe that always we are doing this integration as a reverse way of differentiation. So we have to think on differentiation of which term we are getting 1 by x dx. So I think you are remembering that if I am differentiating ln x, if you are differentiating ln x, the answer is nothing but 1 by x dx. So we can observe that over here the term is 1 by x dx. So if I am integrating this 1 by x dx, then the answer should be equal to nothing but ln of x. And if it is indefinite integration, we'll put a constant c. So just remember that if it is 1 by x dx, then its integration of 1 by x dx is nothing but ln x. Hope so that you understood how to integrate algebraic functions. So if you are having any doubt, or if you want to interact with me on live classes, or if you want to write online test for JEE Mains, Advanced or Neet to improve your performance, please let me know. Thank you.